So we've got this situation now where people who run solar industry, they're now saying they want to have a bit of a look at the prices. They reckon that there's going to be a price surge because of all of the rules that are built around these sort of 40 bits of different competing science ideas. So there's money being taken out of our pockets and put into the pockets of a few off the back of all these claims.
Exactly. And one of the reasons why energy prices have gone up over the last decade is because what happens in the middle of the day, or what happened, we have this thing called the renewable energy target, whereby about 33 terawatts of renewable energy has to be used in the system every year. That means in the middle of the day when the sun is shining, that the energy companies have to buy solar or wind. They have to buy the renewable.
They have to buy them.
Yeah, in order to meet their renewable energy targets. Now, because you get an oversupply of this renewable energy, they will actually sometimes, people will pay to sell that energy. So rather than receive money, they will pay money in order to meet those targets. Now, because they make a loss, the energy companies, during the middle of the day, they then have to increase the price of energy at night time. Now, at night time, as many people would know, that's our power station. Our energy comes from coal-powered fire stations, because the sun has stopped shining.
Yep.
So then they use that argument to say then, well, look how cheap renewable energy is, when in actual fact it's being, because of these silly rules, they're forcing the energy companies to buy renewable energy, and they're using that to argue that coal is more expensive. Now, that's not true at all, because we import the renewables, such as solar panels and wind turbines. On the other hand, out at Tarong Power Station and Coben Creek, as you well know, those coal mines that power those coal-powered fire stations are actually owned by the Queensland people. That coal is free. Effectively, it's only the cost of digging it up out of the ground and putting it straight into the coal-powered fire station, which is only a couple of kilometres away. So, in the late 80s, we had the cheapest energy in the world because of all the coal-powered fire stations that were opened up throughout the 70s and 80s.
We had so much electricity, in fact, and I've had this conversation with Sir Leo Hilscher, who's a great age now, but I made the point to him. I said we had so much energy in Queensland, so cheap. The Queensland government at the time were actually subsidising people to put those big boxy air conditioners off the side of their house to use it. We put in a railway electrification between Brisbane and Rockhampton to use the electricity. That's how much electricity we had at cheap prices. It's changed enormously.
Well, it has, but only because of the silly rules and regulations. Out at Coben Creek, there is 400 million tonnes of coal resources out there. We currently have one turbine out there. There's a pad for another turbine, but you could put 3 or 4 turbines out there and actually run Queensland, not just on the back of that, but a large part of Queensland's energy could be powered by the coal that the Queensland people actually own. And we could do the same again for uranium, I might add.
Authorised G. Rennick, LNP Chermside.